and it's just to fill time between advertisements. Like that is what. Like,
subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Let's get into the work drama.
Yeah.
Because you are, this is your dream. This is your masterpiece that you have, you've stumbled upon it, but also orchestrated it in a little bit in certain ways. So just give me your overview. Like, give me your 1 or 2 sentences on what you feel first off on what's going on here.
Starting with which, I mean, I feel like I'm embroiled in a lot of it. So
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, so where are you
at? The beginning of it. If we're starting at the beginning of it and people freaking out about the Mean Girls clips, people can have whatever their opinions on. I guess I look at it more like factually. Like a lot of people have said that day I didn't jump out and say things, but I wanted to see what everyone's kind of opinions were on it before I thought about it. And I'm like, I'm glad you actually reached out to talk about it, because I think the whole narrative from the social team being like, we just pick favorites, or like Mean Girls gets posted all the time. I actually sent an email out like 3 weeks ago, and I asked Dad, I'm like, how often do we promote everybody from the main accounts? Like, I don't know why I just thought of it. I was like, what are the numbers behind who gets the most main account on what platform? Who is it? And I sent it over to the social team, and I was just like, just FYI, like when we're promoting content, there's 2 things that I care about. And I just want to reiterate, because we have a lot of new people in there. We have people on TikTok that control it, and they do a great job. But I was like, it's easy when it was me and Chuck to be like, it's unbiased, but now we have a lot more people in there, and there's relationships in the office. Totally. So I wanted to get a grip on it. So they sent that over, and I sent out the email. I said, the one thing I care about, number one, is like, when you see a video, what's getting us the most views? Like, what's going to get us the most eyeballs? That's how you should be judging it. Like, not about who the person is. The second part of it is there's going to be priorities at the company that are going to come and go. We get a new podcast at Beverly, big investment. We want to come on. We need to grow that. We need to get that started. That's going to get a lot more loves for a while until it gets up and going. So there's going to be other priorities across the business, whether it's a high noon tequila, like let's push that. That's new. So they're always coming and going. And then we're always looking at the numbers. Like, I think we talked during COVID, like about 1 Minute Man. And it's like, we got to bring that back. It was like something that always performed every time we did it. So always looking at it from that sense. And I actually said one thing I don't want is I don't want a public bias. So when I looked at the numbers, because I looked at them when Keegs went on her rant about it, and I'm like, I want to see where Mean Girl actually ranks. And I was actually just pulling it up because I figured we were going to talk about this.
Give them the numbers, Paulie. Hit people with the straight facts.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I'm like a numbers guy. I just look at it from that perspective. So the number one most promoted thing, and this is where like I'm giving you the behind the curtain Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. People are gonna love
sometimes we talk facts. It might affect other people at the company, but like I really do look at it from like there's empty boxes. We have 15 slots on Instagram. What are we filling that up with? What's going to benefit Barstool the best? And those are always going to chip. Pardon My Take gets the number one, gets gotten this year. This is year to date. Number one, Pardon My Take. Number 2, pizza reviews. Number 3, Jack Mac. Number 4, Sunday Conversation. Number 5, KFC Radio. Bussin' with the Boys. Dog Walk. Only Stands, which I'm sure we're just playing to the lowest common denominator of who wants slutty content there. So that brings us down to like, the dozen, Rough and Rowdy, which makes sense because when we have those, we do a lot. 1 Minute Man, The Yak, Foreplay, Pat Bev, Pro Football Show. Then you get to Mean Girl.
So I was gonna say, even point.
Was that even top 10?
That's like 15.
No, that's like closer to like 18, 17, somewhere in there.
Oh wow.
So I mean that there,
it is.
I think
I do understand as like, and everyone's done this before at some point in their career. I think we probably did it 7 years ago at this point, and then you kind of just like, this is a game, right?
You always complain about.
Everyone always will hit a point where you're like, they're up there more than me, and then you're like, no, that's not true.
What it is it's memorable clips.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're remembering those. That's the point, though. Those clips are memorable.
Yeah.
So like, I think this was bubbling amongst the girls or whoever has a feeling about Mean Girls, but it was just the last 2 weeks. It was the dinosaur post and the washing your hands post. And then all of a sudden it got characterized as like, they've been posting these dumb fucking things. They've been posting controversial things. They've been posting things I disagree with. You can't let your husband jerk off or whatever the fuck they're saying. Like the stupid, like the idea of like, this is not up to Barstool standards, which I think is funny in general. Barstool standards, what we're talking about here. That all happened just in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If there was like
the
20
Barstool
posts in
standards is a very bizarre thing. We are strictly here.
We're dick jokes and fart jokes and sex jokes. Like, that's it.
And it's just to fill time between advertisements. Like that is what
we need to do 20 more minutes before we read another ad read. That's fucking it, man.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.